morning students. Now we are going to see about that Euclides division algorithm. In your book, page number 40. An algorithm means a series of methodical step-by-step procedure of calculating successively on the result of earlier steps till the desired answer is obtained. Okay. The Euclides division algorithm is easy way to find the HCF. HCF means what? Highest common factor of two positive integers. That is very easy to find the HCF of two positive integers. First we have to see about that Euclides division algorithm. Step by step we have to bring the answer. First one, step 1. Already we know about that Euclides division lemma. What is lemma? A equal to BQ plus R. This is called as Euclides division lemma. Here A is the dividend, B is the divisor, Q is the quotient and R is the remainder. This is lemma. From the lemma we have to bring that algorithm. Okay, the step 1 we have to take like that. The R is the remainder. What is our condition? The R will be lies between 0 less than or equal to R less than the divisor is B. This is the condition. Okay, first we have to find this. Suppose we have to get R is equal to 0 means what is the divisor here? B. So, B is the HCF of A and B. A and B be two positive integers. We have to take like that. A and B be two positive integers. Then we have to use it Euclides division lemma A equal to BQ plus R. The R lies between 0 less than or equal to R and less than B. Suppose R will be getting 0 means B is the HCF of A and B. If R equal to 0. Step 2, if R not equal to 0 means again we have to use it division algorithm. We have to write like this. If R equal to 0 means R not equal to 0 means again we have to apply that division algorithm. Division algorithm means we can write whatever we are getting that HCF of HCF, that is we have to write it here divided. So, B equal to, what is the remainder of the first one? R. So, R is here divisor. Q will be, you have to give another name Q1 plus R means you have to give another name, remainder is Q1 and B equal to R Q1 plus R1. Like this you have to give the name. R equal to 0 means B is the HCF of A and B. If R not equal to 0 means again we have to apply the Euclides division algorithm. We are getting like this. B will be the dividend here, R will be that divisor and the quotient will be how to give the name Q means Q1, the remainder R means how to give the name R1. Here R1 is the remainder. So, the condition is the R lies between 0 less than or equal to R1 less than, here what is our divisor? R will be the divisor. So, here R 0 less than or equal to R1 less than R. Here R1 is the remainder, Q1 is the quotient. If R1 equal to 0 means R is the HCF of the given positive two numbers B and Q. So, if whatever we are getting that remainder is 0 at that time, the divisor will be the HCF of the given two positive integers. Step 3, if R1 not equal to 0, we have to continue this process until we have to get the remainder is 0, until we have to get the remainder is 0, then only we have to get the HCF. Okay. Once again you have to see that conclusion of the division algorithm. The step 1, first we have to take that division lemma A equal to BQ plus R. This is the division lemma. Here A is the dividend, B is the divisor, Q is the quotient and R is the remainder. The first step, R equal to 0 means B is the divisor. B is the divisor, that is only HCF. R equal to 0 means B is HCF. Suppose R equal to R not equal to 0 means again we have to use this lemma. The B will be coming in the dividend here, B. Next, the R will be coming divisor here, R. The Q we have to write Q1. The remainder we have to write R1. Here also the R1 will be getting 0 means R is the HCF. Here R1 is not 0 means again we have to apply the division algorithm. So, at that time the R will be coming here. The divisor we have to get it here dividend. Then we have to get it R1 and Q1 you have to give the name Q2 plus R2. R2 is 0 means R1 is the HCF. R2 is not equal to 0 means you have to bring this R1 here. So, R1 equal to R2 Q3 plus R3 like that. Okay, you have to see here the B will be coming here, the R will be coming here, the R, the R1, the R1, the R2. From the division lemma A equal to BQ plus R, that is the first step. The second step, the divisor will be coming here divider, the remainder will be coming here what is divisor. The third one, the second divisor will be coming the third divider and the remainder will be coming here the divisor. Like that it will be going on. Which step we are getting the remainder is 0 at the time. Suppose R4 will be 0 at the time, here also R3. The remainder will be getting 0 means at that time what is our divisor, that is only HCF. So, HCF equal to R3. This is our division algorithm. In your book page number 40, it will be giving step by step. You have to study once again and you have to go through the exercise also. Now, we have to see that exercise. Exercise 2.1, sixth problem. Up to 5 sums we saw about that lemma. The sixth one we have to see about that algorithm. We have to see about the algorithm. See the sixth one, use Euclides division algorithm to find the highest common factor of 340 and 412, like that they have to given here 4 sums. Highest common factor means HCF. The another name of highest common factor is GCD. So first we are going to see that first one. They asked given the condition, use Euclid's division algorithm. This is very easy way to find the HCF. How to write the first one? 340 and 340 and 412. Solution to find HCF of 340 and 412. They have to given condition like that using division algorithm. So we have to use it that condition. Using Euclid's division algorithm, what is our lemma? Lemma is A equal to BQ plus R. A is dividend, B is divisor, and Q is the quotient and R is the remainder. They have to given here two numbers 340 and 412. First you have to check which number is greater, 340 and 412. 412 is greater than 340. So first we have to select like this, which is greater. The greater number always we have to assume that dividend, the smaller number always we have to assume that divisor. So A will be 412 and B will be 340. So you have to substitute here. 412 equal to 340, like that. Here we need quotient and remainder. So we have to divide. 412 divide by 340. How many times it is coming here? One time. So 340, how to subtract means we are getting the answer is 72. So this is quotient and this is remainder. So 340 into 1 plus 72. We have to write like this. Here not yet, the remainder is 72. The remainder we are getting up to 0, we have to do this process. So now we have to get it the first step like that. Here dividend, divisor and quotient and the remainder. Already we saw that no, the step by step in the algorithm, the divisor is now coming to the dividend. So 340 you have to write here, 340 equal to, the remainder will be coming here. So 72 into, so this is the dividend, this is the divisor. The second step you have to divide like this, 340 divided by 72. 4 time it will be, so 288. So the remainder is 52. So this is the quotient, this is the remainder. So 72 into 4 plus 52. Up to remainder 0, we have to continue this process. Next one you have to bring here dividend, divisor. The third one you have to bring the divisor to here. That is a dividend, 72 equal to, the remainder will be the divisor. So 52 into, so this is dividend, this is divisor. You have to divide like that. 72 divided by 52. How many times will be? One time. So 52, the remainder will be 20. So you have to write 52 into 1 plus 20. Like that, this will be, you have to write here. 52 equal to 20 into, this is the dividend, this is the divisor, you have to divide. 52 divide 20 2 times, 40, the remainder will be 12. So 20 into 2 plus 12. Again 20 have to write here, 20 equal to 12 into, this is dividend, this is divisor. So 20 have to divide by 12 means 1, 12, the balance will be coming 8. So 12 into 1 plus 8. Again 12 equal to 8 into, this is dividend, this is the divisor. So you have to divide 12 by 8, 1 time 8, balance 4. So 8 into 1 plus 4. So 8 equal to 4 into, 8 is dividend and 4 is a divisor. How many 4s are 8? 2. So plus 0. Otherwise you have to divide. 8 you have to divide by 4 means 2 4s are 8. The remainder is 0. Now we have to get the remainder is 0. You have to stop the process. Okay. Here the remainder is 0. Therefore, HCF of 340 and 412 is do it carefully. Now we have to get the remainder is 0, but we need what? HCF. HCF means which step we are getting that remainder is 0. The same step, what is our divisor, you have to see here. Remainder is 0 means the 4 only will be the divisor. The divisor only will be the HCF. So HCF of 340 and 412 is 4. You have to write it carefully. That's all the first sum. The same method you have to follow and do for second sum, third sum, like that. Now the second subdivision. The second sum, they have to given 867 and 255. 867 and 255. The same using Euclid's division algorithm. This right தெரியவே இல்ல. நல்லா எரியுதா? The second one, 867 and 255 using Euclid's division algorithm. What to write first lemma? A equal to BQ plus R. First you have to check which number is greater number. 867 and 255. 867 only greater. So 867 is greater 255. So here this is divided, this is divided, divisor. So this is small a, this is b. So how to substitute here? 867 equal to 255. we have to find the quotient and the remainder. The same division method you have to follow here. All the sums you have to follow like that. 867 you have to divide by 255. The 3 times it will be, so 765. The balance will be 102. So I have to write here 255 into 3 plus the remainder is 102. The second step is the divisor will be coming to here divided. So 255 equal to the remainder will be coming to the divisor. So 102 into, so to divide this number to this number. So 255 divided by 102. 2 times will be, so 204. The balance will be 51. So 102 into 2 plus 51. It will be coming here 102 equal to 51 into 102. Again you have to divide 51 2 times. So 102. The remainder will be 0 into 2 plus 0. The remainder will be 0. The remainder will be 0 means what is our HCF? The divisor only will be the HCF. So 51 is the HCF for this given numbers. Here the remainder is 0. Therefore HCF of, what is our numbers, given number 867 and 255. 255 is, the divisor is what? 51. That's all, the second sum. Now let us see the third one. The third one, they have given 10,224 and 9648. 9,648. The same method you want to find out. Use it here. Using Euclid's division algorithm. First you got to write the lemma A equal to BQ plus R. Here which is greater number? 10,224 is greater number. So 10,224 is greater than 9,648. This is the divider, this is our divisor. So we have to write like this. A will be this and B will be this. So 1,224 equal to 48 into 2. You have to do the same process. You have to do in your rough column and get the answer. 1 time the remainder will be 576. Again you have to bring, the divisor is coming to here the divider. So we are getting 9648 here and the remainder will be here 576. We have to divide means it is coming 16 times. The balance will be 432. The students have to do in your rough column. Okay, here the divisor will be coming to the divider. So 576 equal to, the remainder will be coming to the divisor. So 432 into 1 time, the balance will be, the remainder will be 142. It is coming to the divider. So 432 equal to 144 into 3 plus 0. Now we have to get it. Here the remainder is 0. So the HCF is what? 144. Here the remainder is 0. Therefore, HCF of 10,224 and 9,648 is 144. Okay, listen once again. You have to see here the division algorithm is the step 1 according to the lemma A equal to B2 plus R. See here, the divisor is coming to here, the remainder is coming to here. Like this, the divisor is coming to divider and the remainder is coming to divisor. It will be coming, we have to get it 0, the same step only, which is the divisor, that is the HCF. Okay, the third one over. Next, fourth sum. The fourth sum, they have to given here 3 numbers, 84, 90 and 120. 84, 90 and 120. Here we have to find out HCF of 3 numbers. So more than 2 numbers means we have to select two numbers only. So first we have to take the first 2 numbers. First we have to find out the HCF of the first 2 numbers. The first 2 number is here what? 84 and 90. So first you have to find out. First to find HCF of 84 and 90. The same thing, using Euclid's division lemma, Euclid's division algorithm, A equal to B2 plus R. 84 and 90. 90 is the greater number, so 90 is greater than 84. So this is divide and divisor. Small a is 90, small b is 84. So 90 equal to 84. You have to divide means one time will be, the remainder is 6. Now 84 is the dividend, the 6 is the divisor. So 6 into 14, the remainder will be 0. You have to divide in your up column. Here the remainder is 0. The remainder is 0. Therefore, HCF of 84 and 90 is 6. But in our sum, they have given 3 numbers. First, we have to find out the HCF of 84 and 90. We have to get the HCF is 6. Again, we have to find out the HCF of the next numbers. Next, to find HCF of the third number is what? 120. And we have got that HCF, that is what? 6. So these two numbers you have to use it and find the HCF. HCF of third number and getting the first HCF 120 and 6. You have to follow this way. You have to find the HCF of third number and the HCF. They have to given 3 numbers. First we have to found the HCF of 2 numbers, that is we have to get it 6. Then that 6 and the third number you have to find the HCF. The same method using Euclid's division lemma, A equal to BQ plus R, here which is greater number, 120 is greater than 6. So this is A, this is B. So 120 equal to 6 into, it will be coming 20 times. So the remainder will be 0. The first step itself we have to get it, the remainder will be 0. So the 6 will be the divisor here. So this is HCF of 6. HCF is 6. Here the remainder is 0. Therefore, HCF of 120 and 6 is, the divisor is 6, so 6. Therefore, the question they have given 3 numbers. The second HCF, what we have to get it 6. The second HCF only the HCF of the 3 numbers. Therefore, HCF of 84, 90 and 120 is 6. What we are getting the second HCF, that is the HCF of the given 3 numbers. Okay, that's all. Next, the sixth one over. Next, seventh sum. Find the largest number which divides 1230 and 1926, leaving remainder 12 in each case. They have to given here 2 numbers, 1230 and 1926. What is they have to given the number? Which number is going to divide these 2 numbers? We are getting the remainder is 12. So, first we have to write like this. Seventh one. Solution to find the largest number which divides 1230 and 1926, leaving remainder 12. This is the meaning. First you have to subtract the remainder. Then only we have to get the numbers. Because they have to given the remainder here. This number is including the remainder. So we have to subtract the remainder, means we have to get the original number. So that is, first you have to subtract the given remainder. Minus 12 means we have to get it 1218. The second number 1926 minus 12 means we have to get it 1914. Because this 2 number is including that remainder also, so we have to subtract the number first. So we have to get the original number. Now we are going to find out the HCF of these 2 numbers. That is, to find HCF of 1218 and 1914. The same method you have to follow here. Which is greater number? 1914 is greater than 1218. So you have to use it lemma A equal to BQ plus R. So 1914 equal to 1218. We have to divide means it will be for one time. The remainder will be 696. Student, please you have to work out in the rough column. Now the divisor will be coming to the divider. So 1218 equal to the remainder will be coming to the divisor. It will be also one time. The balance will be 522. Again 696 equal to 522 into 1. The balance will be 174. Again 522. 174 into 3 times plus 0. Here we have to get it 0. Here the remainder will be 0 means 174 is the HCF. Therefore, here the remainder is 0. Therefore, HCF equal to 174. Therefore, the required largest number is 174. The seventh sum is over. Next, eighth sum. Next, eighth one. Let us see the eighth one. If D is the highest common factor of 32 and 60. One second, you have to see the problem. If D is the highest common factor of 32 and 60. So we have to find out the HCF of 32 and 60. That is equal to D. Okay, have you all got it? Then find X and Y satisfying D equal to 32X plus 60Y. Next they have given one equation D equal to 32X plus 60Y. From that we have to find out X and Y value. The first one we have to find out the HCF of 32 and 60. Okay, how to write the solution? Given D is the HCF of 32 and 60. Using Euclid's division algorithm, Euclid's division algorithm, A equal to BQ plus R. Here 32 and 60 is two numbers. Which is greater number? 60 is greater than 32. So here 60 is dividend, 32 is divisor. So small a will be 60 and the small b will be 32. So you have to write it here. 60 equal to 32. We have to divide means it is coming one time. The remainder will be 28. Next, the dividend is 32. So 28 into one time. The the remainder will be 4. Again 28 will be coming here, so 4 into 7 plus 0. In this term we have to get the remainder is 0, so the HCF is what here? 4. Here the remainder is 0. Therefore HCF equal to 4. But the question they have given, if D is the highest common factor of 32 and 60. So here D also 4. D equal to 4. The second condition they have given, D equal to 32x plus 60y. The second condition you have to follow. Given D equal to 32x plus 60y. Here you have to give the name, this is equation 1, this is you have to give equation 2. So I know here from equation 2. What is our equation 2? 32 equal to 28 into 1 plus 4. How to keep it 4 to this side and bring to 28 into 1 means it is coming 32 minus 28 into 1. So the 4 will be how to keep it as it is. 28 into 1 means you have to move to the left side. So we are getting like this. 4 equal to 32 minus 28 into 1. This is from, we have to bring the equation 2. This is you have to give equation number 3. Now you have to take equation 1. From equation 1. Equation 1 also you have to take it like this. The equation 1 is 60 equal to 32 into 1 plus 28. 28 you have to keep as it is this side. 32 into 1 means you have to move to the left side. So we are getting like that. 32 minus 28 into 1 equal to 28. So 28, 4 from 1. 28 equal to 60 minus 32 into 1. This is equation number 4. Now we have to get it other two equation. From second equation you have to keep that 4 and bring other numbers to that side means we are getting like this. From equation 1 we have to keep it 28 to as it is and bring other numbers to this side means we have to get it like this. Now we have to get it other two equations. Substitute equation 4 in 3. Now we are going to substitute the equation 4 in 3. Substitute the equation 4. Equation 4 is 28 equal to 60 minus 32 into 1. Equation 3 is 4 equal to 32 minus 28 into 1. Here instead of 28 we have to substitute this value. So you have to write 4 equal to 32 minus 28 is what? 60 minus 32 into 1 into 1. Got to substitute like this. So 4 equal to 32 minus 60 plus 32 into 1 into 1, 1. See here, 32 is here and here 2 times will be. So we have to write 2 times means 32 into 2. Then we have to bring plus 60 means we have to write 60 into minus 1. So we have to write 60 into minus 1. We have to write like this. Four equal to, now we have to get it, 4 equal to 32 into 2 plus 60 into minus 1. 32 is 2 times, so 32 into 2, 60 into 1 minus 60. I have to take plus 60 means we are getting here minus 60, which is the form of this form will be like that. D equal to 32x plus 60y. 32x plus 60y they are already given in the question itself. Now we have to compare these two means D equal to 4, 32. X place it is denoted by what is indicating the number 2. The y place is indicating the number is minus 1. Therefore, x equal to 2 and y equal to minus 1. We have to compare these two equations means we have to get it x equal to 2 and y equal to minus 1. That's all. Next one. 8th sum is completed. Next, 9th one. A positive integer when divided by 88 gives the remainder 61. A positive integer. Positive integer means what? That is dividend small a. Small a is divided by 88. The divisor is 88 here given. The remainder is 61. The R also given. What will be the remainder when the same number is divisible by 11? The same number will be again divided by 11 means what is the remainder? The question, the first sentence they have already given. The one number is, one unknown number is divided by 88. We are getting the remainder is 61. The second statement, what will be the remainder? Same number is divided by 11. The same number, we have to assume what number is, the positive integer is what. The same number we have to divide it by 11 means what is the remainder. That is the meaning of the question. 9th one. We know that Euclid division lemma, the standard form is, or you have to write Euclid's division lemma. The standard form is A equal to BQ plus R. According to the given question, A is not given. The divisor is given. One positive integer is divided by 88. So B is here 88. The quotient also not given. So 88 to the remainder is given 61. One unknown number, a positive number is divided by 88. So 88 is given. The Q is not given. So Q, the remainder is given. So that is 61. This one we can write like this. 88 means we can write like this. 11 into 8Q plus 61 we have to split first like this. 55 plus 6. Next you have to write 11 into 8Q plus 55 we have to write 11 into 5 plus 6. Let us see then the both term. 11 is common, so you have to take out 11 means we are getting like this. Here 8Q plus 5 plus 6. A equal to 11 into 8 cube plus 5 plus 6. See here, A equal to B cube plus R. Like this form. A equal to, this is B, this is Q, this is R. R means that is what is remainder. The same number we have to divided by 11. The first sentence this one. A positive number is divided by 88, the remainder is 61. So this number we have to split and write like this means, now we are getting like this statement. A number is divided by 11 means what is the remainder? So the remainder is what here? 6. Here the remainder is 6. Therefore, when the same positive integer is divided by 11, the remainder is 0. This is the condition. The remainder is 6. According to the first sentence, we have to get like this equation. A equal to 88Q plus 61. We have to split like this means we have to get it the last term. A equal to 11 into 8Q plus 5 plus 6. A equal to BQ plus R like that. B means divisor. The same number we have to divide again 11 means we are getting the remainder is 6. That is the answer. The remainder is 6. The 9th problem is over. Next, the 10th one. Tenth one. Prove that two consecutive positive integers are always co-prime. Prove that two consecutive positive integers are always co-prime. First, we have to find out what is co-prime. The lower class itself, we have to study about the co-prime numbers. The HCF of two number is 1 means that is called as co-prime. For example, I am taking like this 3, 4. The HCF of 3, 4 is what? 1. So these two numbers are called as what? Co-prime numbers. Again I have to take 4, 5. The HCF of two number is what here? 1. So this number also called as what? Co-prime. So co-prime number means what? The HCF is 1 means that number is called as what? Co-prime. The HCF of two number is 1 means that is called as co-prime number. That concept you have to keep in your mind. This sum we have to prove in many ways, but I have to select this way. First you have to write like this statement, then I will explain again. First we have to take like this. Let the two consecutive positive integers be n and n plus 1. N and n plus 1. I have to select it like this. First, I have to assume that two consecutive positive integers n and n plus 1. Next, we have to compare these two, n and n plus 1. Here, which is greater? Suppose you have to assume n equal to 1 means this is 1, this is 1 plus 1 equal to 2. So, n plus 1 is greater. So, you have to write here. Here, which is greater? N plus 1 is greater than n. N plus 1 is greater than n. You have to substitute any value means n plus 1 is greater and n is small value, so you have to write like this. Here we have to use it by Euclid's division lemma. Euclid's division algorithm. Euclid's division algorithm. We know the lemma A equal to BQ plus R. Here this is divider, this is a divisor. So you have to substitute here A is n plus 1. The divisor is what here? N. The dividend is the same Q. The plus R will be what here? 1. For example, I have to take these two numbers n plus n and n plus 1. For I have to take n is 1 means n plus 1 is what here 2. I have to take n is 2 means n plus 1 is what here 3. Okay. So I have to divide. Listen, 3 divided by 2 means what is our remainder? 1 time. The remainder will be 1. So 2 will be that remainder. 2 will be what? N plus 1. 2 and 3 I have to take these two numbers. Here 3 is n. 3 is n plus 1. The 2 is n. The 1 will be quotient and the r will be remainder. For example, I am telling. So any number we have to divide like this means we have to getting the remainder is 1. Okay. So the remainder will be always 1 like this statement. So n plus 1 equal to n plus n into q plus r equal to 1. Here the remainder is not 0. So again we have to divide this for some integer. Integer q. Here remainder equal to here remainder is 1. Remainder is 1 means again you have to apply that Euclid's division lemma. Again apply Euclid's division lemma algorithm. Now this is a divisor means we have to get it what that is a dividend. So n equal to the remainder means that is what n into the same processing. Here we have to divide means like this. The same number we have to divide means the remainder will be we have to get it 0. So n equal to 1 into n plus 0. We can write like this. In this step the remainder will be 0 means we have to get it the HCF. Here the remainder equal to 0. Here the remainder equal to 0. Remainder equal to 0 means we have to get it the HCF. Here what is the HCF? 1 is the divisor, so that is the HCF. Therefore, HCF of n and n plus 1 equal to 1. N and n plus 1 equal to 1. That is HCF of two consecutive positive integers, two consecutive positive integers equal to 1. So here HCF of two positive integers equal to 1. So n and n plus 1 are co-prime numbers. n and n plus 1 are co-prime numbers. Therefore, 2 consecutive positive integers, therefore 2 consecutive positive integers are always co-prime. That's all. Once again, you have to see that 10th one. They asked to prove that the two consecutive positive integers, HCF of two consecutive positive integers are co-prime. Co-prime means the HCF of two number is 1 means that is called as co-prime. Now I have to take these two consecutive numbers n and n plus 1. For this you have to use it any method, we have to prove the result only. I have to take here the two positive integers n and n plus 1. So next you have to compare these two. You have to substitute n means 1 means we have to get it what here? N is 1, n plus 1 is 2, n is 2 means n plus 1 is 3 like that. This is rough work, you have to see it. So n plus 1 is greater than n. So this is divider, this is a divisor. So we have to substitute a equal to bq plus r, n plus 1 equal to n into q plus 1. So take any two numbers. I have to take 2 and 3. I have to divide like this means we are getting that the remainder is what here 1. Always we have to divide n plus 1 and n. Divided n plus 1 is divided by n means we are getting the remainder is what 1. The quotient I have to take here for example only. So the quotient is not always 1. The remainder only always 1. So the r will be here what 1. The for same integer. So the remainder is 1 means again we have to use the same process. Again I have to take that n will be here the dividend. So the remainder will be here the divisor. Again we have to divide by the same number means only we have to get the part, the remainder will be 0. The same number is divided by the same number, we are getting the remainder is 0. Now the remainder will be 0 means what is the divisor? The 1 will be the divisor. So the HCF of n and n plus 1 is 1. Therefore, the HCF of n and n plus 1 equal to 1. HCF of two consecutive positive integers are always co-prime. HCF of two consecutive positive integers equal to 1. So, n and n plus 1 are co-prime numbers. Therefore, two consecutive positive integers are always co-prime. That's all. The 10th sum was over. Okay, thank you students.